So, as I mentioned, this is the 9th iteration of the Summer University Batumi. So 9 years to look back at, 9 years of themes that have been always very relevant and also always very contemporary. The university immediately responds to facts that are happening in real life around us that are incorporated into the thinking, the analysis, the monitoring, the reporting, and the responding by the academic body of the university. If I, for example, compare the 8th iteration last year, we were already, of course, unfortunately, highly unfortunately, we were already confronted with responding to the effects of the outbreak of the war in Ukraine, the Russian invasion of Ukraine. A year later now, of course, we still focus on this. It's one of the major topics. But new topic for us in the Summer University is also the unrest in the Middle East after the outbreak of the 7th October Israel-Hamas war. I personally just came from a deployment on the West Bank and will be offering from my experience in the region to see like how also the situation in the Middle East, a very, very volatile situation in the Middle East, poses a risk for that region, for this region, Black Sea region, and the region, the global region at large. So that's really also something we're focusing on this year. But we're already, we can't stand still. We're already looking forward a bit towards the 10th iteration of the Summer University, which will take place, as we all hope, and we prepare for that, in August 2025. And then we will need to incorporate all those global and regional and local events that have taken place between now and then. And one of the major results to take in, or changes to take in, of course, will be the results of the presidential elections in the United States, which directions are taken there, which has a direct effect, for example, on NATO cooperation in Europe, and Georgia being a Partnership for Peace nation for NATO. It has a direct effect on, again, the security in place in the Black Sea region. And it also has an effect on the political level in all our nations. In my own nation, in the Netherlands, for the European Union, I stood as a candidate for elections in the EU Parliament this year. And so I'm very involved also on that level, the EU level. So what are the consequences, the results, what are the opportunities that are ahead of us? So I could foresee that this is a topic we will be speaking about next year, but of course also, and I would say maybe also first and foremost, the elections that are going to take place in Georgia in the fall, parliamentary elections, and what will be the outcome of those, what will be the results of those, what will be the new governmental approaches, how will that affect policy, politics, strategy, security, political, military affairs, civil affairs, and affairs relating to all the communications on the Black Sea. Security communications, transportation of goods, defense of the coastline and the country, international tourism, movement of people. I noticed, similar to last year, that I find hardly any EU citizens here in Batumi, where Batumi used to be also historically not only a port city but also a very attractive city for tourism. I don't find my own countrymen here, hardly any EU citizens, but of course I do find many Georgians here, but also many Ukrainians, many citizens of the Russian Federation. And it's interesting to discuss all the topics that we are discussing in our summer university, which is of course inside the walls of the university, but to discuss this with them the moment we step out, because it's always communication. We invite the world into the walls of the university to dare contribute to further development in the benefit of mankind. And I thank you very much, and I hope to see you next year.